So hello, so I'm Guillaume, Oliver is here, and the first person in the research team in Qualisteo is Kim, which came last year and is not here today. So we're going to talk about a little bit about classification. So first of all, we'll have a little context about the company, Qualisteo. Then we'll talk in general about harmonics and how they can help a method that we believe is already good, very good, but help only in the way of classification. So Qualisteo is a small company that came to life in 2010. The whole idea of it is to make disaggregation for commercial buildings, commercial and industrial buildings. So we have a little experience in the process. We have several awards and about 8 years of research. The company is based in Nice, France, and we also have a commercial team in Paris, the commercial. The company is well represented in France mostly, Europe, and some other countries in the world. This is possible thanks to several great partners we have with big companies. This leads to about 500 systems installed, a little more actually. And our team is split up in different parts because we do everything in the field, we could say. So we design our own meter. Then we have an expert team of data scientists. Then we have energy managers who will provide different savings advices for the clients. And we expanded last year into another line of product, which I'll talk a little more later, which is the quality managers team. So mostly, yeah, we focus on disaggregation, and this can be either in direct or indirect way with our clients. So a little history, but I won't get into much details here because it's not really relevant. So basically what you have to realize is that we exist for some time now, and we have a solution that is fairly efficient. We're quite happy with it. But last year we used some of our research time to develop a new line of products, like I said. This is about the maintenance of industrial appliances. So some of you may have seen the presentation, which was led by Kim last year. The whole idea is to couple an harmonic analysis with the NIARM to be able to detect when there are faults in an industrial process, and then use the NIARM to pinpoint exactly which is the relevant appliance. Okay, that's clear. So when we did this research, we gathered a lot of information and statistics about harmonics, and we decided we could use this probably to enhance our own disaggregation. So that's the idea, and that's what 2007 has been about. So a little more about our solution. I won't go into the details of NIARM because obviously you all know quite a lot about it. What you must know is that we develop our own measuring system, of course, which helps us have a very highly sampled data. We pre-process it, thanks. And then we use an event-based detection, well, an event-based method. The part we're going to talk about today specifically is the classification. We're quite happy about the disaggregation itself. So the idea is to understand clearly how we can make sure that no human is involved in the classification and naming process of the different appliances. So to do that, I'll let my friend Oliver talk. So just a little context here first. Yeah. If you see the curves here, this is extracted from a data set that we'll talk about later. The whole idea is to show you specifically that here, what you think you see when you see the different clusters is not really what you're supposed to see. Some appliances here can be found on different clusters. Some clusters may actually be the result of several appliances being close together. So the whole idea is to use the harmonics to make sure that we have a lot more information than only a two-dimensional one, active and reactive power, which was the way we used to work before. Oliver?
Okay, thank you. I will continue this talk with a brief introduction on the harmonics. So the harmonics are caused, in fact, by electrical loads which are non-linear. You have, for example, here the signals with harmonics, but this signal can be decomposed into sinusoidal current. You have here, for example, the first one, the fundamental, at 50 Hertz, and then here you have the other harmonics, so 150 Hertz, 250 Hertz, and so on. You can see that the harmonics usually decrease with the frequency, and moreover, here you have the even harmonics, you are almost null due to the signal symmetry. So in this study, we will study the harmonics until 40, the 40th harmonics, and we will consider only the other harmonics. Here you have the load curve of a signal for 1 week, and you have several appliances which turn on and turn off. So you can compute, for example, the harmonics of the different events. You have here 3 in red, and you have here the different harmonics. You can see that the harmonics of these events are different, and we'll use this here to classify the different events. In this study, we will use the COOL dataset. So COOL dataset stands for Controlled On-Off Load Library. It was realized by the PRIMS laboratory in France. In this dataset, we have the electrical current at a very high sample rate, so 100 kilohertz. So to compute the harmonics, we need a high frequency. In this dataset, we have the individual appliances, so we don't have to compute event detection. And when we compute the harmonics of the signal, we have directly the harmonics of one unique appliance. We have in this dataset 12 different types of appliances, drill, fan, grinder, for example, that we can see in our customers, which are mainly industrial and tertiary. For each appliance type, we have several instances. For example, we have 6 drills in this dataset, and each appliance is measured 20 times. So we have access to a lot of measurements. For all these reasons, this dataset is well suitable for classification. So you have ici, for example, the different harmonics for drills. You can see here this line, which is the current of the first appliance, of the drill number 1. You have here the 20 measurements of this drill. You can see that we have different intensity, but when you look here at the different harmonics normalized by the intensity, you can see that you have the same value. So we will use harmonics here to classify the drill, and not directly the current, or the active and reactive power. You have here another appliance type, and we have the same conclusion. The intensity of the current will change, but the harmonics is the same. We will use in this study also our dataset, our module. You have here, for example, different slides and different HVAC. So for the COOL dataset, we have a frequency of 100 kilohertz. So this means that we have access to 1,000 harmonics. If we consider only the odd, only the first one, because the other ones are quite null, we have 20 harmonics. So with the value, with the amplitude and the phase, so we have in fact a 40-dimensional data. So we need to transform this 40-dimensional data into space of fewer dimensions for several reasons. First one, to reduce the computing time. The second one, to reduce redundancy between these dimensions. And last one, for us, to simplify the data visualization. So to have a visualization in 2 or 3D. So that's the next step, the reduction of the dimensionality. So you have here the data in 4 dimensions, and the goal is to transform this data into a 2-dimensional space. You have the famous method to do that, the principal component analysis. You can see which is a linear transformation. You can see, for example, here that we cannot see very well the different clusters. We use a second type of method, which is nonlinear, manifold learning here. And you can see here that the cluster are well visually, can be well visually disaggregated. So we will use this type of method in this study. Next step, clustering method. So what is the clustering? You have here the previous image, and the goal is to gather the data which are similar. So the result is here. To do that, we need a non-supervised algorithm because we do not have labeled data. We do not know the classes. We do not want an operator which give which labels some points here, and we don't need an operator to count the different appliances. We do not know the number of appliances. The most famous method for clustering the k-means, and we will use this algorithm, which works quite well if the cluster shapes here are circles. So first question, how to estimate the number of appliances? So we use a silhouette analysis, which measures the validity of the chosen number of clusters. So the algorithm is the following. It performs multiple k-means with different number of classes. Then it computes the silhouette score for each k, and it chooses automatically the number of classes with the best silhouette score. You have here, for example, the k-means with 2 classes and 6 classes, and you can see that the one which gives the best score is the k-means with 6 classes, and visually we have, in fact, actually 6 clusters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here are the results of the silhouette and k-means algorithm on the cool dataset. So here you have the truth, and here you have our results. So the silhouette make a little mistake. It found 22 appliances out of 25. But if you consider here the true positive rate for each appliance, we have 45%, and the false positive 9%. So take a look at the mistakes. You have, for example, here 2 different classes, one in red, one in orange, which are merged by the k-means and the silhouette. In fact, this is 2 different appliances, dual 5 and dual 6, but it's the same appliance type. That's why, in fact, they are quite close in this here in the 2D space. We have here another error which is quite the same. You have the sender 2 and the sender 3, which are merged here into. Also, they were quite close here. Another error is here, for example, we have, in fact, 3 different classes. So the edge streamer, the air dryer, and the fan here. And visually, this 3 cluster, we don't see 3 clusters visually, so that's why in the k-means don't find here 3 clusters. One mistake with this, actually an error of the k-means is here, for example. We have this data which are merged with these clusters. We also try this algorithm on our data. So you have the original data, in here the results. We find the silhouette find 5 appliances. Also, there were 4 appliance type, in fact, in the original data. The difference is here. You have here the blue clusters in the original data, which are separated into by the silhouette. But visually, these data are separated. That's why the silhouette separates it also. And we have same value of true positive and false positive for this data set. So to conclude about this talk, so we propose a classification algorithm using harmonics. So from the 40-dimensional space, we use some reduction of dimensionality, and then a non-supervised classification algorithm to classify the events. We have very good results on the public dataset call and on our dataset. Now we are trying to improve this algorithm. For example, we use K-means algorithm for the clustering, but K-means, as I said, works well when the data are the data shapes are circle. We can use, for example, another method, mixture model, which works better in our case when the data shapes are more Gaussian. Thank you for your attention.